Good morning. Welcome back. I wanted to talk about the new NAR settlement that so many people have been reaching out to me about and asking questions. Is the 6% commission gone? Well, first of all, guys, there was never an agreed 6% commission. And most of the time, that's not even the case, right? What is happening is that there is a new ruling by NAR, a settlement agreement, which still has to go through court approval, and there's still so many unknown things to this. But what it is saying is that sellers are no longer going to, quote unquote, have to pay the buyer's agent in real estate transactions. So you can understand how this current situation works is when a seller goes to sell their house, they pay the listing agent a commission, and out of that commission, the listing agent offers part of that commission to attract and bring a buyer's agent who has a qualified home buyer. So a good buyer's agent makes sure that their home buyer is prepared, understands the home buying process, makes sure they're pre-approved, does so much vetting, if you will, for the clients that they're going to bring to the seller so that the transaction is smoother. So the seller right now is paying the commission. The buyer does not pay the commission, and the seller's agent will pay to a buyer's agent. Okay, that's how it works right now. Why this has been good for buyers is because it helps them not have to pay extra fees when they're already having high home prices and high mortgages. The government seems to think that if we reduce this, home prices will go down. Okay, I'm going to tell you that home prices are not based on commissions. Home prices are based on what the market dictates. This means if whatever a home buyer is willing to pay. So let's say I list a house for $800,000 and a home buyer comes in and they're willing to pay $1 million. That is what the market is dictated on. It has nothing to do with the commission. It doesn't have anything to do with, commissions don't dictate how much we list homes for, okay? So that's a number one misgiving, that home prices will come down from this. I think overall that this is gonna hurt home buyers in the beginning. If you think about it like this, and I'm a buyer and I buy a house and I don't pay a commission, but I know on the back end when I go to sell my house, I'm going to pay the commission, but usually that seller has a lot of equity, so it doesn't impact them nearly as much as a home buyer who is struggling to pay down payment, closing costs. They're first-time home buyers, housing prices are expensive, and now they have high mortgage rates. Now they need to come up with a way to pay their buyer's agents if they choose to work with a buyer's agent. So that's going to be a whole other topic about why you still need a buyer's agent when you're buying real estate. I do think we're going to see a rise of discount brokerages, things like Redfin, but remember, you get what you pay for anytime you buy something discount, whether it's a car, whether it's a this, right? So you're going to have to pay for quality. And this is going to go back to buyer's agents explaining what the heck we do. We do so much more than opening the doors, right? We are your fiduciary duty agent to provide you a smooth escrow process to make sure you understand the contracts. It's a legal contract. And make sure you get your disclosures correctly, make sure you get your inspections correctly, make sure that you feel safe and secure about buying this house. My fear is that so many buyers are going to go out trying to represent themselves and it's going to be a disaster. They're going to buy houses that weren't in great condition. They're not going to know what to ask. They're not going to know how this contract works. So that's going to be a shakeout. One thing we know for sure is that in the MLS, there will no longer be a space there that tells you how much commission that the seller's agent and the seller is offering to the buyers. And in some ways, this is good because think about this. Here in San Diego, an average agent sells about 4 houses a year. So sometimes they do look at that amount when they're showing houses. Is that ethical? Not really, okay? So, but if that's your way of making money, it matters. Now that's going to be taken away and the sellers can still offer a percentage, but that needs to be negotiated with the contract when the buyers make that offer. They can offer a concession towards a buyer's agent. They just can't offer that percentage. So it's going to level the playing field a little bit more in buyer's agents' terms. Buyer's agents are also going to need to show their value, what it is we do, and have an agreement signed with our client that shows why we get paid. Because listen, guys, I don't know any other jobs that somebody works for free for a year or more and then hopes to get paid at the end and now may not get paid. I know you probably wouldn't drive around all over the place guiding people, showing houses, writing offers, negotiating offers, all of these things for free, right? It's just a hard thing to think about. So buyer's agents are going to have to become a little more savvy about explaining what it is we do. I think that's a good thing. I think the bad thing is that it could still continue to cause home buyers to struggle with the already high home prices and already high mortgage rates. Now they got to come up with this money, or their agent is going to need to negotiate with the seller. So 2 takeaways on that. We have still a lot more to understand. MLS will no longer show any agreement to bring the buyer's agent. Actually, there's more than 2 takeaways. The real estate industry could see a lot more buyers trying to represent themselves, which could be a disaster for sellers and the whole transaction. And buyers could end up not being secure in the house they buy without having a great buyer's agent. Everybody deserves representation when you're buying and selling a house. This is huge, guys. You have to have good representation. This is a legal contract. This is the biggest purchase of many people's lives and the biggest sale in many people's lives. And real estate agents need to up their game and come more as a fiduciary agent, almost like a lawyer, CPA, and negotiate what my fees are for being that fiduciary agent for you. If you have questions about this, make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to keep posting on this. There's a lot of conversations. We don't know everything yet, but when you're reading the news, it looks a little crazy out there. It looks like all these commissions are going away, or all of this is happening, and CNN is saying this and that, and whatever. We don't really know, except it is going to shift. It's not going to shift until July. So nothing is happening until July, until we get this sorted out. But stay tuned, ask questions, ask yourself, do I need a buyer's agent? And if I do, it's time to start to interview buyer's agents instead of just going with a family friend or somebody like that. It's time to start really getting quality in there to represent you and make sure you are safe and protected. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video.